Great to have you watching us today. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, most of us, when we think of rice or wheat, we think of them only as edibles. But have you ever imagined these materials being used to build your home? We get to hear from the experts in a short while. But before then, here is the Property of the Week segment. It's the little details in a house's architecture and finishings that will make you decide whether or not it is a worthy investment to buy. These three-bedroomed bungalows in Kajiado County sit on a steep slope, and that has worked to its advantage, offering a beautiful view of the estate. A double steel front door leads into an airy lounge where wiring for pay TV and sockets are in place. Polished granite floor tiles have been used for flooring. Ceiling and wall lighting fixtures have also been fitted. A higher ceiling made of PVC counters the warm Kiserian climate. Walls have been done in contrasting colors, creating a calm and relaxing atmosphere. The adjoining dining room can hold a 6-seater table. This pass-through window connects the dining area to the kitchen and will be extremely helpful if more than 2 people are setting the table. The kitchen exhibits a single sink, granite counters in brown contrasting with the bright walls. There is a constant supply of water from the nearby borehole. The shared bathroom is beautifully laid out with quality sanitary ware and fittings. The first room has no wardrobes. It can be easily customized into a study, gym, home office or guest bedroom. The second bedroom displays ample floor-to-ceiling MDF wardrobes and bright walls. Wide windows let in plenty of natural light. Curtain boxes have also been fitted. Done in blue, the master bedroom features ceramic floor tiles that are different from the other bedrooms but aesthetically pleasing. These MDF wardrobes provide ample storage space for clothes and linen. There is ample parking space for 3 to 4 cars. The compound is big enough so you can put up a jacuzzi or create a basketball pitch for your children. Each unit features a concrete fence that provides the much-needed privacy. A resident association will represent the interests of all occupants in the 9 houses. 40% of the units remain for sale. This 3-bedroomed unit has a price tag of 4.7 million shillings. School buses drop and pick children attending schools along Magadi Road and Kiserian Town. It's a 700-meter stretch to the main road and exactly 4 kilometers to Kiserian Town. Boda bodas and matatus are also available. Sprucing up your indoor space can be a lot of fun, and today we bring you part 2 of interior home decor in our Property Essential segment. Interior design has so much, and to help us give more insight is Stacey Mbindio. She is the managing partner at Terry Interior Designs. Thank you so much, Stacey, for
welcome.
joining us.
Yes.
Tell us, what are the main things that one needs to think about, especially when they want to put in interior design?
Yeah, there are different ways you can incorporate interior designs. It could be in a hotel, in a commercial space. But also we have a very nice concept that we did a few months ago. And this is interior on an outdoor space in a spa. I could show you. Yeah, I could show you.
This is a unique theme in interior design that is being showcased by Stacey Mbindio.
Yeah, so this is the space. Yeah, you can see it's outdoor, but it's inside.
It may seem obvious, but in order to perfect interior design, you need to have an innate flair for color, architecture, and even textiles. According to Stacey, that is where interior design experts come in.
So you need to decide the kind of material you want to use in the space. And in material, I mean the floor finishes, the sanitary ware, the tabletops, yeah, also fabric. All that is part of interior. So it's not just decoration like most people know. It's really interior design, designing a space and seeing the concept through from beginning to end.
While fabrics, furniture and color may play a large role in interior design, there are plenty of other tasks that are required, and this is attributed by Stacey as a common misconception when it comes to venturing into interior design.
So you also have to think about your lighting. That's part of interior design, by the way. How much light will be in that space that you're designing, because you don't want to enter into a room and it's too dark or too bright. And also, let me go back to the furniture layout. It's very important to make sure that the space is enough and it's not squeezed, that everybody can fit in properly. Like you can see in this room, every beautician has their space and it's not squeezed, and they have everything they need at an arm's reach. So that's part of design. Yeah, so you don't squeeze everything in one room. Yeah, because comfort and ease is very important.
While designers can offer their clients a wide range of design styles to choose from, it is important to remember that it is up to the clients to choose what style suits them best. Just because designers are educated and have good taste does not make their choices superior to their clients. The interior designer's job is to offer a variety of styles and direct the client towards the right design choice while allowing the client to feel in charge. It is important for your interior design concept to have style as well as creativity, because this is your own perfect design.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you so much. And just to highlight the stark difference between interior design and interior decorating that have been used interchangeably yet differ in critical ways. Interior design is the art and science of understanding people's behavior to create functional spaces within a building. Decoration is the furnishing or adorning of a space with fashionable or beautiful things. In short, interior designers may decorate, but decorators do not design. Interior designers apply creative and technical solutions within a structure that are functional, attractive, and beneficial to the occupant's quality of life and culture.
Yeah, many people think interior design is decoration. Yeah, decoration is just part of the interior design. Interior design starts from an empty space, and then you fill it up with everything that you need in that space. From the floor, from the window dressing, from the ceiling, from the wall finishes. Yeah, and there's a misconception. Many people think interior design is decoration. Decoration is just part of it, but not everything. Yeah.
There are key factors in interior that must be adhered to the letter so as not to make a wrong decision. Whether as an individual or with an interior designer, you have to ensure that there is an equal distribution of visual weight in the room. This means one must balance a room with heavy objects or multiple light objects that are visually equal. Ensure harmony and unity in the style and theme. Use color schemes to unify a collection of spaces. You can also create harmony by using a color with varying shades, shapes, and textures.
You have to think about color. What kind of color do you want in the space? And you have to coordinate the themes and the color so you don't just put things that don't work. So we help you to do that. So you can see in this space, we actually have different colors, but they all just flow together. We have the blues and the greens and the oranges, and they just come and bring the whole concept together.
Have a rhythm as it creates visual interest through patterns of repetition and contrast. You can create a rhythm by using a color throughout the pillows or even paintings. Make sure it contrasts, such as mixing browns and whites as seen here. Have proportionality and scale. Use larger furniture for larger rooms and vice versa. Remember that designing your interior space should not give you so much pressure. All you have to do is make sure that you work within your budget and you will have yourselves spectacular designs. Should you or should you not hire a professional when you want to decorate or renovate your home? Certainly, both options present a series of advantages and disadvantages. If you decide to do everything yourself, you get to save some money, but if you hire a professional, everything will be easier and you'll even learn a thing or two. However, it would all depend on your budget, as that is one of the most critical factors in home designing or decorating. But if you're planning a major renovation where walls have to be moved and lighting fixtures need to be replaced, then you'll definitely need some professional help. We're now taking a short commercial break, but just in case you want to know all about building a house using wheat husks, that will be coming up right after this. Welcome back to the show. Now, we've been going through a great series of getting alternative home materials for you, especially in terms of building. Today, we are looking at building your house using rice or wheat straws. Yes, I said that right. And to shed more light into that is Rachel Nyasani. She is the Marketing Director of International Green Structures here in Kenya. Karibu sana, Rachel. It's great to have you with us. I'm sure many people watching us, they're wondering, how do you build a house using rice or wheat straws? Tell us about that.
Okay, we produce what we call a calf panel, which is a compressed agricultural fiber panel that is fitted into a pre-engineered steel frame. The calf panel is made from rice and wheat straw, which is compressed under heat and pressure and causes a natural substance called lignin to liquefy and act as a natural binding agent. Once this is done, we let the panel cool and it's wrapped with organic craft paper, and that's what we use to build the house.
Okay, so where do you guys get the rice straws from?
We actually work with wheat straw. Rice, we haven't ventured into that yet, but the wheat straw, we get it from Narok. We brought in 15 million Kenya shilling baler to collect the straw from Narok area, and we've worked with most of the farmers already to get our first bale, which is in the factory. So, for example, we charge 5,000 to 7,500 per 500 kg bale. And we need probably 22,000 bales to run the first production line. And that's probably injecting 133 Kenyan million shillings, yes, into the agricultural industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure many would want to know, where did this idea come from? Because, I mean, thinking of getting a house with wheat straw, it's very interesting.
Well, this originated in the United Kingdom in the 1940s after the Second World War. And after that, we've pre-engineered the technology to fit the low-cost housing needs over the years.
How long have you done it in Kenya?
In Kenya, we've been here since 2013. Yeah.
Tell us about the response. Are people looking into this, or is it taking time?
Okay, when we ventured into Africa, we traveled through 9 countries and we built 4 model structures in Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, and Nigeria. And we've actually had 3 model structures in Kenya. And I'd say the response has been great. We've had private institutions, public institutions, government institutions, and the general public come to view our structures, and the response has been tremendous. Actually, we are being evaluated by Shelter Afrique as an alternative building technology provider for their 3,500 police housing project.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to know the process, the entire process of, putting up a house that's made of wheat straw. Could you take us through that?
Once we collect the wheat from the farmer, we bale it and we have them store it. We have to get the right specifications. For example, the straw has to be 9 to 12 inches. It has to have 8 to 18% moisture content. And once this is right, we have it baled and stored, then we transport it to the facility. Once it's transported to the facility, it's put into the feeder, and this sloughs off the rejected product. And then the right product goes onto the conveyor belt, which produces the panel. Once we have the panel, we have our steel, which was originally imported from China because it's much cheaper there than from the country. And we go on site, and before we go on site, we have to make sure the foundation is set and cured. Once that is done, we lay the base track and we can start building the panels.
You had mentioned that you have about 3 model structures in Kenya. Would you please tell us where they are?
Okay, the first one we have is at the Ministry of Lands. This is an office unit. It's actually used as an inquiry office for the whole building. That's a 66 square meter house. We have a residential unit at the Ministry of Public Works. That's a 46 square meter 2-bedroom unit. And we have another one in Kamulu Sako.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 55 square meter.
Tell us the difference when you look at a rice straw house and the conventional house brick houses that we have. What's the major difference?
Actually, there's absolutely no difference.
You wouldn't tell?
You can't tell, especially from the outside. What I'd tell you is that you get more living space when you get inside, because our walls are much thinner than the classic stone. Our walls are 60 millimeters as compared to the stone, which is 150 to 220 millimeters. Yeah.
So if they're lighter, then is it better to have it places where it's probably hot, or you can have it up anywhere?
The good thing about our technology is the thermal property of the calf panel. It has insulating properties. This means that when it's hot outside, it's cool inside, and when it's cool inside, it's cool outside, it's hot inside. Okay. It's warm, rather.
Okay. Yeah. All right. When we look at the costs, conventional brick house and rice straw house, can you weigh the costs for us?
With the IGS technology, you save up to 23%, and I'm sure with mass production, we'll bring this even, will increase the savings. So for example, a 3-bedroom house would cost you about 1.7 million shillings with a premium finish, as compared to the stone house, which would cost you probably 3 million and above.
A 2-bedroom house?
A 2-bedroom house would be about 1.3 million with a premium finish, as compared to the stone, which is 1.6. Yeah.
Tell us the advantages of having a rice straw house. Why would someone go for that kind of alternative home building material?
First of all, we'd start with the speed of construction. Everything is pre-engineered, so that means all you have to do is assemble the house, and this reduces the cost considerably. And then, speaking of costs, we save on the material because everything is locally available and we don't have to incur any importation costs. Another thing I'd like to bring up is the environmental aspect of it. It's typically an agricultural product. This means that it's renewable and it's carcinogen-free, and unlike the other lead-based materials.
Are there any disadvantages?
A disadvantage of having a rice straw? I think it's changing the mental perception of it. That's the challenge we've experience in the Kenyan market, because once you tell someone this is made out of rice and wheat straw, they're like, someone will just come and knock it down. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
And so how do you overcome that then?
I think this is something that's going to take some time, and seeing is believing. So once our projects take off and people have the empirical evidence that this is actually an integral structure that's sustainable, it's going to be a walk in the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what about the mutual benefit between you as IG Structures, Kenya, and cereal farmers? Because you had mentioned that you work closely with rice farmers and wheat farmers, especially at the beginning.
Exactly.
How do you ensure that there's mutual benefit between the two?
Okay. Typically, the wheat straw is banned by the farmers as it has no nutritional value to the livestock. So IGS provides an opportunity whereby we purchase the straw, making it a second cash crop for the farmers.
Okay, and when we look at having up our rice straw house, and the process, the entire process that you've taken us through, is there specific people that can bring up a rice straw house that you guys have to train, or anyone can come up and say, I can put up a rice straw house?
We do not require any specialized skill, but like any other new technology, IGS prefers to train and certify builders and developers so as to equip them with the proper model techniques and building techniques and modular processes so as to ensure a quality integral structure. Yes. We've been working with the National Construction Authority, and actually last week we trained a couple of site supervisors and construction workers, which we intend to carry on with our first pilot project.
Okay.
Yeah.
A rice straw house or a wheat straw house, is it susceptible to damage by termites or any other kind of damage?
If properly built, the structure should last you a lifetime. Maintenance is very low. For example, if you have a leak, all you have to do is patch it. And with regards to termites, the rice or wheat straw has absolutely no protein, so this does not offer a favorable condition for termites. Just as a precautionary measure, we make sure that the foundation and the straw is treated with borate.
And there was a plan, I don't know if it's still there, probably you could tell us about manufacturing plant in Thika. Is that still on course or not?
Okay. In fact, the first phase has been completed. It was a total investment of 660 million Kenya shillings. We brought in the machine earlier on in the year and had our technical team assemble it. And we've been collecting straw over the past 6 weeks and expect to be in production in a few weeks. In fact, we have inventory for 85 to 100 houses currently to take our ongoing projects.
Okay. You had mentioned that everything that's needed is sourced locally because you work with cereal farmers.
Yeah.
So even the panels are done locally?
The panels are done locally at the plant in Thika. The steel, we still import it from China because it's much cheaper getting it there. But we intend to fabricate our own steel in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you see this changing the dynamics, especially in housing? Many people say it's expensive, and you had mentioned that it's a bit cheaper using this kind of method. Do you see it changing the way we know things as?
Definitely so, because IGS is going to revolutionize the industry by combining technology and environmentally sound practices to bring about a sustainable agricultural products. And as an alternative building technology provider, we have many advantages compared to the conventional building methods, such as the cost of construction, which is reduced considerably, as I said, because the material is sourced locally, and we provide employment opportunities right from the agricultural to the transportation to the manufacturing and the construction industry.
Why would you tell a viewer watching out there who would want to build a home, why would you tell them to go the wheat straw way?
Okay. I'd advise the local viewer to take up our product because it brings down your cost considerably. That means you save out on a lot, and you can build a much more bigger house than what you anticipated before. You can get it at a much faster pace, which saves up your costs as well.
One last question, especially with the fact that there's a lot of dynamics in the housing industry, and the kind of response that you've been getting as this is a new technology in Kenya. What will you do to make people know more about rice straw house?
I think it is our honest to create awareness countrywide and make sure that each and every individual fully understands and comprehends the product, and that this is something sustainable and a better alternative even as compared to conventional building materials, and is the quickest and fastest way to get yourself a home.
Just a quick one. If one wants to build such a house, they should come directly to you, or is IG structures in different places that they can probably come and you take them through what they need?
Okay, IGS is not a builder or a developer. We are a manufacturer. So we are working hand in hand with different builders and developers and financing institutions who can directly reach the consumer and get what they need.
Thank you so much, Rachel. We appreciate that. And now you know you can put up a house using rice or wheat straws. And many may be wondering, is it really safe? As you've heard, it is durable, cheap, and also one of the best ways to come up with an alternative home building material.